Hi, it's Chris Watkin here from the Agents Together charity, and I'm joined by four leading UK estate agency industry figures and Sam Offley, who's the relationship manager at Agents Together, to give you a short video about why these important people have come under the Agents Together banner and become mentors to help the estate agency industry. And I'd like to start off with Mike Nettleton, who's the chairman of Knock Dayton, who is a huge estate agency in Shropshire. Mike, you I can never get hold of you as a person. So what the hell are you giving your time away to help estate agents around the UK? Talk to me.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, I think it's the least we can do, really. I think one of the challenges in agency is it's very competitive. It's a zero-sum game, isn't it? So the ability to share locally doesn't really happen. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. I think Facebook has been fantastic in terms of I think estate agency is a village at the moment, actually, and it's very easy to get in contact and you make genuine friendships. So the things that I've learned from that, it's much easier to be able to share it and to give a little bit back. So I've been extremely kind of curious and looking for information, support, mentorship, Stephen Brown, Peter Knight, and they've just transformed my business. So if I can give a little bit of that back by half an hour a week or whatever it needs to be, it's nothing, and I'm more than happy to do it.
Joe Bourne, you are head of Purple Bricks' Academy. You now more freelance. What made you, go want to do this when in reality you could actually be taking food out your mouth? Because one of the very strict rules of the charities is you're not allowed to sell your services. So it's very much frowned upon.
Yeah, absolutely. Why did I do it? Because it gave me an opportunity to do something I really enjoy, which is actually helping people. And I realised that actually over what's been probably nearly 30 years of working in the industry, I've mentored people directly as part of my job. I've done it indirectly. And this seemed a really good opportunity to share some of that knowledge there was no reason for gain or anything like that, other than it was a good opportunity to help people, which is really what I like doing.
Certainly is. It makes you feel good. Okay, Sam Mitchell, you are the CEO of Strike, the online estate agent. How can you find time to do this?
Well, I think for me, actually, this is a purely selfish venture because, like you say, everyone's incredibly busy, but this is the bit of the job I actually really enjoy. And for me, listening is learning. And so I've been partnered with a fantastic business guy. And so listening to him tell his story and to learn a bit more about what he's been doing, actually, it's been great to be able to impart a bit of information about how it relates to my career and where I can do things differently. But for me, it's just been about learning from myself and what I can learn from him. And it's a really nice opportunity to take a helicopter view of someone's career and apply it to what I'm currently doing as well, because I'm the world's biggest hypocrite. And so to listen to the conversations that we have and to have, half an hour just to have a good, honest debate about the industry and where it's going and our own personal goals and where we're going to take things and how and why, for me, that's a really enjoyable conversation. So for me, this is a purely selfish venture. I hope the others get something out of it, but I certainly really enjoy it. And so it's a joy to make time for it, to be honest.
Steph Walker, you are a very well-known trainer in the estate agency industry. Again, you're taking food out your mouth, taking busy time out of your diary. None of us have got enough time. What are you got involved with this charity for?
I think Joe sort of touched on a bit of my reasoning in that in this setup, there is no ulterior motive to provide the advice, for somebody to listen to it, whether they take on board that advice or not. There's no repercussions. Back in the day when you'd sit in front of your manager and have that one-to-one and you had a particular problem and they'd come up with perhaps, the solution to that problem, you'd sit there thinking, damn it, I should have come up with that on my own. And now because it's my manager telling me that, I feel bad about that. So this is a situation where we speak to brilliant people. They are open to listening. It doesn't sort of impinge on their business whether they take our advice on board or not. Hopefully they do. But yeah, it's just that lack of ulterior motive. I'm not getting paid, and nothing's going to happen to them whether they use what I've said or not.
Sam Offley, you are the relationship manager, so you're basically the guy that looks after all the mentors and mentees. What do you get out of basically running these 100 or so mentors? You know, it must be like, you know, looking after a herd of sheep.
I really enjoy it. Yeah, no, I talk to hundreds of estate agents from all different walks of life in the industry, and it's really humbling to hear how the fact that their estate agency career has given them so much, and now they're at a stage where they want to give back, which is excellent.
Good stuff. And this is a quick question to all the mentors in the room. Do you feel that you're being managed well and motivated well by Sam and the charity to make sure that you're getting the best out of each other? Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't say any better than that. Has anyone got any quick little stories of what difference you've made to people? Put your hands up if you have. Okay. Yeah, go for it, Mike. And
yeah, so just having a conversation about recruitment, really. And one of the sticking points was the recruitment fee, which would be potentially about $3,000, you know, going straight out the door to take on a new member of staff. And it was that's a lot of money for anybody, to be fair. So when I said, well, a good member of staff will be bringing 70,000 in, they were like, oh yeah, I see your point. So the sooner they can get someone of a quality in, it's a good deal for everybody. But it's just getting over those mindsets and being able to have that conversation with someone. And it's a lot easier to diagnose someone else's problems and perhaps deal with your own.
Okay. And Joe, have you got any little anecdotal stories?
Yeah, I mean, the guy that I've been mentoring had no industry experience at all, but had a burning passion to become an estate agent. I did ask him why and if he was really sure that's what he wanted to do, but he was absolutely determined. And so we talked about his why, and then we looked at his CV, which if it landed on most people's desks, they'd say, no, not a chance. And we tweaked it a bit, and then we've just worked together, and he's up and running in an agency, and I'm waiting to hear from him with his first listing. But it's just over the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, it's been amazing to just keep that burning belief that he had.
You changed that person's life. That must feel.
Well, he's done it himself. I've just been there to just nudge him along because he had that desire already there.
You have guided him, and to be honest with you, as Sam Mitchell said, a lot of us. I mean, I'm a mentor as well in the charity, and I do it purely for selfish reasons. You know, we don't want their money. I just do it because it's just, there's no agenda. I just love helping people. The brain, he gives you a kickback. Steph, what are you saying? Then we'll go to Sam Mitchell.
I think mine was, I suppose, totally non-business related. I feel like I've built up friendships with my mentees, and one particularly, we had a time to speak in the diary. She'd been going through a difficult couple of weeks, and we just sort of aside. We didn't talk about estate agency at all. We chit-chatted, we had a bit of a gossip, we had a bit of a laugh. And she walked away from the conversation, sent me a text later saying, you know, thanks so much. And I thought, wow, I would never have been able to do that. And perhaps even with a member of staff, the interaction wouldn't have happened in the same way.
Because let's be honest, when you're the boss, it changes the relationship. Sam, what have you got to say? Make it short and sweet.
Yeah, I've been working with quite a senior guy who's been very successful, but been doing it for a long time. So it was more about reflecting on the sort of Simon Sinek, why you do what you do, and really getting back to that core motivation and how you can build a plan to have a life that's more in line with your ethics and your morals and everything. But for me, I'd strongly encourage people to get involved with the program, either as mentors or mentees, because it's like the best one-to-one ever that you'll ever have. It's a really enjoyable conversation.
Good stuff. So we've got last 30 seconds. Mike, one-liner, why should someone become a mentor?
Because it's always cost me a lot of money to be able to do this, but this is actually free, and you've got a free shot at goal at getting world-class advice. Why wouldn't you do it?
Good stuff. Joe?
From a mentee's point of view, it's a safe environment to talk about what's on your mind, what you're thinking about, what you want to do, and it's safe.
Good stuff. Steph, from a mentor's point of view, why should someone join it?
It is absolutely wonderful to speak about what you're so passionate about and hear somebody take that on board and go out and execute and get some good results from it.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, today. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Sam Mitchell. Thank you, Steph, for joining us today. And if you're interested, go to the Agents Together website. Thank you for your time today. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank
everyone.
you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.